always find out as the week goes on that I met a lot of new people. And we all live in Plum, but life sort of takes us all in different directions sometimes. So the first thing I'd like to do is thank all of you for allowing me to be a part of a memorable week that you will take with you, both the boys and the families, for probably the rest of your lives. That's a special thing to me. That means a lot. You know, like I said to you when I walked away at the end of the game, I said, that's your time. That was the time at the end of the game where you're spending that special moment, you know, with your family that needs to be shared. And I warned a lot of you ahead of time what it was going to be like, and I'm sure it was quite surprising to some of you when the boys finally came out, and, you know, at the last game and so on. But because we don't umpire in Plum Borough anymore, the last year or two is a little different for me with the Plum teams, because I don't know the boys as well when I start connecting with them for Cooperstown, as I did when Michael was playing in years past, and like even Logan last. I mean, I know him a little bit, but not as much. I really bonded with both teams, but I think I bonded more with the Ball Busters, and not Santi's team was a great group and great group of parents and good group of kids, but somehow, some way, the connection, I think, went very well. And I said this to you when we first got together back in Plum, right before we left. The way you accepted Corey into your family meant a lot. I know he stayed in touch with John throughout the week and dropped some emails around to Jared and that as the week went on. And Tanner, I know you can now go to sleep at night and not dream about my cell phone going off because it's Corey texting every 30 seconds trying to find out how many outs are there, who's pitching, who's on. Tanner said to me today, he said, can't you turn that thing off? Because when I go to bed, I'm still hearing it. So I really do thank you. And those of you that I just did meet this week, even though you may have been at the games and whatever, and I didn't, you know, I had a really good week this week. I've always had a good week when I've come up. I've never gone home telling my wife what a waste of time it is. The last few years, I always seem to go home and say, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it the next year, and then I can't say no. And I tell you, I told families all week. I had people, it's the first time people start stopping me and asking about umpiring, you know, and why we're up there or what. And all I keep saying to them is that I teach these kids. You know, most of you are going to be up at my school in September, or at our school in September. And I can't say no. Sometimes that's, you know, maybe that's a handicap, but in this case it's definitely not. Parents, I know in September it's a big stepping stone for a lot of you. With your kid coming to junior high school now, that little boy is now making that big step. The biggest thing I will tell you now is it's real simple to remember what my room is. I'm in room 111. Okay? That, guys, is home base. Okay? From the first day you walk in O Block to the last day that you're in school and beyond. I mean, Michael's already graduated and we still stay in touch with college and everything else. Once you're my kid, you're always my kid. So what's nice is every year my family just continues to grow. And I'm very proud of that. And I keep track of you, and I watch what you're doing, and I see, and I read stuff. And unfortunately, sometimes in the Plum Advanced Leader, I read that you get a DUI or you get busted. And I'm like, whoa, that's my kid. Not my fault, but that's my kid. But you're my kid now. Whether you're now in 8th grade and I didn't have you last year, the minute we connect with Cooperstown, you're in the you're part of the family. That means, guys, and right now it may not mean a lot to you guys that are coming up in 7th grade, but Brody and Jared can tell you. BJ can tell you. Wackamole can tell you. That's right, because he was in my class, and yet I never knew it. Because he sat down the first day, and I looked for him the second day, and he popped up somewhere else, and I never knew he was in the class all year. As he told me that he was in there. I swear he wasn't, but he tells me he was there. You need lunch. You forget your lunch money. You need a pencil. You need to call home because you're going to take the bus or do something different, and you don't know where to go. You come to 111. That's home. Okay? At any time you come. These guys will tell you you need a hall pass because you're running late for some reason. You can't get your locker open at the beginning of the year. Gym class ran late, and the phys ed teacher won't give you a pass. You come to me. I got enough teachers in O-Block that hate me because I send you with a hall pass. Okay? Cody knows it. Here's my thinking. I hate to say it, but my colleagues sometimes, they just hate me for the fact that we differ in philosophies. But my thinking is this. The kid goes to your class, he's already late. You send him back to the last class to get a note. That teacher takes time to write the note, sends him back. By the time the kid gets to the class, he's 20 minutes late. So I'm actually getting the kid to the class earlier. You should say thank you instead of talking about me behind my back and not calling me S, but calling me the other word. But that doesn't matter because the bottom line to me, as you guys know, is you guys. I've always said this. I don't care what the teacher next door to me thinks about me. And I don't care what anybody else does other than my parents, my community, and my administrators. As long as the three of them are happy, I'm happy. So 111. The other thing, guys, this is your responsibility. That first day of school, how many of you will be at O-Block? How many will not be at O-Block next year? I think that's right, 2 of you. Okay? I better see 9 faces that first day of school. And come by 111 and say hello. That's all you got to do. If you're embarrassed, too bad. You better come by, because I'm in the hallway all the time. I'll tell you this much, too. If you walk by my room as the school year goes on, and you don't say hello to me, I will follow your butt all the way to class, right?
Yes, you will.
And I will walk in and go right to your desk and say, you're not going to say hello to, are you an ignorant pig? And I will do that. So you better say hi. Okay? Because I respect you in the same way you better respect me. I think that's really important. That goes back to years ago. Some of us will remember the Columbine deal, where those kids went into the high school and just started shooting people. After it was all done, they said the reason why is because the kid felt that if he died today, nobody would notice that he was gone. And from that day on, I said to myself, I say hello to everybody in school. If a kid walks by me in the hallway that I don't even know, I say, because maybe that day that kid's decided, and if I say hi, he pauses for a second and says, maybe that teacher will miss me. And the facts are, if you can get somebody to pause, to think about it, they then decide not to do it. And that's really the whole thought behind the hellos. But I can't thank you enough for how you treated me this week. I walked, I try to get to all the games. I think I made all the games at least a little bit. You welcomed me with open arms. My come in the door right away and everybody says hello. That's what family's all about. And guys, that's something I think you learned, I hope you learned this week. That's what sold me on the Dreams part. Yeah, it's baseball. Yeah, it's nice to win. And remember, 103 teams are going to be going home after tomorrow, a loser. Only one team's leaving their winner. Actually, two teams. First time I've ever heard this. The number 11 seed this afternoon, who I know, South Brunswick, New Jersey, walked out. They were the number 11 seed and they left the park because they're in the regional playoffs for the Cal Ripken program in upstate New York. If they win that, they go to the World Series on ESPN. And their game is tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. So they told the park, don't seed us. They were 6-0. They said, don't seed us. And the park seeded them 11. And Cal Ripken said, you can't miss the game. If you miss the game, we'll take away your certification for the whole town for 2 years. So they packed their bags and left. And now the number 25 seed, who thought they were going to have to play the 11, now just got a bye straight to the games tomorrow. If whoever won that game at 4 o'clock didn't have to play a 6:30 game. That's the first time, but only one team most of the time just leaves the winner. But you won, because your family coming up here for this week is much better, is much closer than it ever was, and most of you had all of you, I should say, in all honesty, have really close families. But I think when you go home after this week, you got a little bit closer, and that's what sells me on the Dreams part, is the fact that it really does. It fulfills dreams. It fulfills your parents' dreams. It fulfills your grandparents' dreams, your aunt's dreams. And it does. It pulls families together in a special way. And it's been special to me since '01, and I hope, God willing, I'm able to stay. So, I don't have a special tone, but I'm guessing who this might be. I'm not going to... It is. I'll read it later. That's just, I mean that. So parents also, if you have any questions, any problems, and your kid's not doing well in math class, and you don't, and you tried to talk to the teacher and you're not getting any kind of help or anything, please. My email is on the school site. My home phone number is in the Plum phone book. I'm not unlisted. My telephone number is there. Don't hesitate. Don't think you're bothering me. In fact, to be honest with you, you'll bother me more if I find out that you needed help and you didn't come to me. I will do whatever, as the boys learned, as BJ learned when he finally got his last pin or whatever. I will do whatever I can for my family to the fullest extent until I can't go do it anymore. So, know that, parents, because I can't count how many times, if you need help. Especially with your kid or whatever, I pull kids out, I'll talk to them, or I'll beat you up in cafeteria or whatever it takes. Okay, so thanks a lot, and please have a safe drive home, and stay in touch. And John, thank you, and I got no more to say.